What's going on, guys? Michael here at 3D Print Everything. And have you ever wondered what are the top 3D print companies? And I came to this question because I was using this, trying to use this software, this D2P, not design to part, but DICOM to 3D print or to print um, software. And it seems like uh, I've just hit some roadblocks with it, and so it's by 3D Systems, and I'm like, okay, I understand from experience and from working with cheap printers and really expensive printers that with a really big company, you have the money to make some nice software and to have a good UI, but sometimes when you're paying just a bunch of engineers or researchers to put together some software, it can not always be super user friendly. So I can understand both sides of it, but if it's not super user friendly, you need a really good user friendly instruction manual. And it's just, anyways, all of this, I was just kind of let down a little bit. Currently at the moment, and this might change, and I'll definitely update this as soon as I get back to me and I get like a personal walkthrough of the software. But essentially this right here, I should be able to load in this data, hit 3D, and then like there will be the images here and then a nice 3D model here. But according to the instructions, when you read the instructions, you have to somewhere up here send this stuff to some deep learning thing to get segmented and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is all silly and not working. And I'm like, how big is 3D Systems? Because I know they're pretty big. Like, are they bigger than Stratasys? And that's kind of what I was wondering, because when you're looking at the polyjet scene, 3D Systems and Stratasys are two of the top dogs on the polyjet stuff, and they both have printers that have biocompatible materials. In other words, that in one form or the other, there is something that we can 3D print off one of each of these printers here that they have and put it inside someone. I won't get into the specifics of what that is. It's like either bones or this or that. Generally, it's not like organs or anything yet here. It's mostly static stuff, from my understanding. But that's really impressive. It's cool, and these companies are big. Okay, and I thought this was kind of interesting too. So when you look up a list of 3D printer companies, technically Xometry is a 3D printing service, and they're not a 3D printer company, but they're worth more than like the next two 3D printer companies, because like Stratasys and 3D Systems, I believe, are and I'm not, you don't have to pay attention to any of the investing. I was mostly just curious in where's desktop? Oh, desktop metal up here. I was mostly just curious in like their size as far as worth goes, and like, because if if you're at 800 and something million, you can spend 50,000, 400,000, 500,000, whatever, on making a really nice software. Now this software, specifically DICOM to print, is going to be literally only useful for people who are trying to take CT MRI scans and turn it into a 3D model. Now that's definitely useful for a ton of researchers and medical people, and maybe a little bit outside of that, but outside of like occasionally wanting something taking from that, like the oddball person or company needing something like that, it's going to be the researchers and people in the hospital doing this workflow. And like the results of this, let me just show you what the results of this is, because it does look awesome. So if we look up D2P 3D Systems, so when we look this up, like that's user manual. Actually, I think I have the user manual pulled up. Let me see. Isn't it in here? Yeah. So you know, so there's kind of like what some of the data looks like. When we start getting down, like it should be creating like really nice high def, you know, models. Like it's gonna use this AI deep learning to give me potentially down to like the cancellous bone and like the pattern of the bone. So that's just why I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what this can do, because that's exactly the type of detail I need. With this, you know, we can take someone's scan data, run it through this, you know, plan the surgery, show the client, 3D print the piece, show the client, patient, and then, you know, even come back afterwards and then double check to see what real life versus planned was. But I mean, these results look amazing. I mean, this is way better than, like, I think in here I have a photo, or was it downloads? I had a photo of this one thing that's the one thing of me using the other software, the total segmenter, and it can't get really good accuracy like that. Like, it seems to be okay for big bones, but I'm not gonna get like this level of detail. But if this can do it, then boom, we've got a workflow we need. Now there is another software I saw that was outside of this that can do it, but I was just really kind of hoping for something better. But as far as like company size goes, it did kind of crack me up that Xometry, who doesn't make a printer or sell a printer, but just uses printers, and definitely probably has some Stratasys printers, definitely probably has some 3D System printers, even some desktop metal ones. They probably have all of those that they're making the most, apparently. Did I just hang my whole... I think my whole thing hung... Oh, there it is. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. You know, so who do you think that Xometry will always be top dog? Maybe that's the question here to comment on. Is you know, will Xometry always be the top dog as just a service? Do you think like some, you know, maybe some Chinese company might come in and one day be bigger than Stratus or than Xometry? Or do you think that maybe, yeah, you know, as more companies come out, less people will use Xometry, and more people will start using like other companies, smaller companies like mine? Yeah, you know, we're not even in the millions. We won't show up anywhere on here. 3D Systems. What is PTC? I've never heard of PTC. So PTC, fast approaching 2 billion. Jesus, and annualized sales. That's a lot of money. That's computer-aided software design, peer partners, PTC, augmented reality, Internet of Things. Includes Creo software that enables 3D printing. So we'll look up Creo software. But let's keep going down here. The future of 3D printing. Be designed to invest. Should you invest $1,000? Blah blah blah. I'm not giving anybody advice or going over that. What is this? I think I've heard of this stuff before. I think I've seen this. So this is... Does this company only do this software? Accelerate product innovation, blah, 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 blah. I believe that's all this company is. Optimized vehicle manufacturing. That's cool. So it seems like Creo is just a cool software with the Reality Lab. So remote volumetric captures, battle computer visioning, kinetic AR. What? Huh. This is kind of interesting. Augmented prosthetics. Portfolio, okay. Like, what is it doing here? Is this... You gave it AI-driven design study. Okay, this is cool. So this might be why this is popular, because if you can, essentially what this is saying is, here's what I need, there's the outside of what I need, make a really efficient, make the strongest thing you can or whatever, boom, and it, and you can mess with that and it'll make an injection mold. Like, within parameters, you should just be able to spit out shapes like this, and it should be awesome and lightweight and strong and easy to injection mold or machine. That's cool. That's what'll make, like, that alone right there. GE bracket optimization, yeah. See, that's gonna be interactive and manufacturable. Okay. So, one thing I haven't seen is a complete, like, engine simulation. Like, there's a lot of games that simulate engines and the horsepower they make. There's a lot of, like, I've seen other, like, engine valve, cylinder simulators, like, on one, but I haven't seen, like, a full engine where you could be like, let's, take a different intake, put that on, let's see the flow, let's see this, let's get the timing on the cam and all that stuff. Maybe it's just too much to easily have available at a good UI to do, but this seems cool. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of go over this. This video is now long enough. What we thought of the top 3D print companies and kind of looking at some of their stuff. Sorry, I was looking at, we bought this bracket for my Maverick here, so we'll have a shiny motor Maverick at some point. You can check out my car stuff on my other channel, which I won't even link or mention now. If you really want to see my car channel, I can I'll drop it in the comments, so someone will have to ask for it, but it's about as active as this 3D print channel, and I just kind of do car shenanigans. Definitely not as many subscribers, but yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for hanging out this long if you did, and we will see you in the next video.